RadioCare is a quirky old-school radio show playing music from the 60s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.
Hello, it's Friday night and I'm Mike Cowd. You're listening to RadioCare, and it's a bank holiday weekend, so that's got to be a good thing for all of us. So I've got a few tributes tonight. It's been a bit of a sad week for sort of music, hasn't it? Sort of with Don Everly dying and Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones. So to get things started, I've got one from the Everly Brothers, and that's Kathy's Clown. And that was Kathy's Clown by the Everly Brothers from 1960. Got to number one in the UK and in the US. I went to see the Everly Brothers in 1987 at Birmingham NEC. I don't know what they call it now. It's changed its name so many times. But I'm really glad I did get to go and see them then, because they're just sort of like legends, aren't they? And that's where I first sort of learnt to harmonise. My mum and dad used to sort of like have the records, and I used to sing along to them and practice sort of like harmonies from there. So welcome if anyone's just sort of tuning in now. We've already got about 180 people listening, so that's not bad for the first song. So welcome from wherever you are in the UK or all over the world. I'm glad to have you with me, and let's make it a real party sort of Friday night. So this one is the Last Time by the Rolling Stones.
You know
They don't write them like that anymore. That was the Rolling Stones and The Last Time from 1965. It was the first UK single written by Jagger and Richards, and it was the third UK number one single for the Rolling Stones. Got to number 2 in Ireland, and it featured on the US version of the album Out of Our Heads in 1965. So this week there's a few birthdays I'll probably be mentioning a little bit later on. I'm trying to switch my phone on, but it's not playing. Here we go. So one of my old friends, Paul McRoberts, lives over in sunny Kesland. It's his birthday tomorrow, so just to give him a shout out, say happy birthday and have a great weekend. And he's celebrating at the moment at Bar 72, which I've heard is very nice, a very swanky establishment, and only the best people get in there. And I just need to say a mention to his Mrs. Sarah. So Sarah is our listener of the week. She tunes in every week, and I think she was a little bit disgruntled that I haven't made her sort of listener of the week before. So Sarah, you are our listener of the week, and I just want to give a big shout out to all the staff and residents at the Manor Farm Care Home in Kesland. I know what a difficult 18 months it has been for all of you, you know, not just the residents but for the staff. Working in care is probably one of the hardest jobs to do, and people just sort of don't realise it's the most rewarding job, but it's also probably one of the hardest ones. So just to say, you know, well done, hats off to you, and you've all done an amazing job, and keep it up. So this next one is one by Graham Parker and the Rumours, originally done by the Tramps. This one is Hold Back the Night.
Turn on the light, don't wanna dream about
And that was Hold Back the Night by Graham Parker and the Rumours from 1977. Originally done by the Tramps in 1975. Their version got to number 5. And the Graham Parker version got to, let's have a look and see, we're 24 in the UK singles charts. It was actually released on their EP, The Pink Parker. His voice actually reminded me sort of more of a sort of Thin Lizzy, sort of Phil Lynott vocal. It was quite sort of that sort of gruff vocal for that song. Sort of changed it, but I quite liked it. I thought it was a good version. So welcome anyone that's just joined us tonight. This is Radio Care. I'm Mike Howard. And Radio Care was sort of set up just to connect with people through music. I do it as a hobby because I enjoy sort of playing music. And I just want to make people happy. So hopefully you're enjoying the tunes that I'm putting together. I think I must be working. I'm getting about sort of 5 to sort of 7,000 people sort of listen on the live show sort of each week, and I really appreciate that. And I think that's great if people sort of do tune in to me. So yeah, I'm just happy to sort of like play the songs and hopefully cheer your weekend up. So this one is an early one by Johnny Nash, and this is I Can See Clearly Now, which hopefully we'll see some sunshine this weekend.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing in the blue sky. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Oh, what a sunshiny.
No need to feel lonely. Tune into Radio Care via Podcast Weekly. Radio Care is hosted by Mike Howard, broadcasting from Coventry to the world.
I never get tired of saying this. Yes, I am broadcasting from Coventry to the world, the universe and beyond, just like Buzz Lightyear. So that was Johnny Nash, I Can See Clearly Now, from 1972. It was a hit, number one hit in the US and in the UK, but also in Canada and South Africa. It was re-recorded by Jimmy Cliff for the motion picture Cool Running, which is an absolutely brilliant film, in 1993, and got to number 18 in the US Billboard Hot 100. So this one's a bit of a slower song. I haven't played it for a long while actually, but I was listening to it the other day and I thought, yeah, might as well go on there. This one is a soppy one by Terry Jacks. I weren't going to play the Westlife version. I thought I'll stick with the original, or almost the original version. It's Seasons in the Sun.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees, learned of love and ABC, and skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, pretty girls are everywhere. Think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. Goodbye, Papa, please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family. You tried to teach me right from wrong. Too much wine and too much song. Wonder how I got along. Goodbye, Papa, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, children everywhere. When you see them, I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one. You gave me love and helped me find the sun. And every time that I was down, you would always come around and get my feet back on the ground. Goodbye, Michelle, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, with the flowers everywhere, I wish that we could both be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. All our lives we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed just...
And that was Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks. I forgot how slow that is. That seemed to be getting slower and slower. I was sort of like looking sort of where I can wind it up. But it's still a classic song. And that was released in 1974 and was a #1 hit in 14 countries. I didn't realise it was actually a cover version. It was originally a song written in 1961 called Le Moribond by Belgian singer-songwriter Jacques Brel, and it was translated into English in 1963. And then sort of like recorded by Terry Jacks, 74, and then Westlife in 1999. I think I might have put two slow songs together, so I apologise for this, but this next one is a classic as well. This one is Mandy, and this is Barry Manilow.
I remember all my life, raining
face through a window, crying in the night. The night goes into morning, just another day. Happy people pass my way. Looking in their eyes, I see a memory. I never realized how happy you made me, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. I'm standing on the edge of time. I've walked away when love was mine. Caught up in a world of uphill climbing. The tears are in my mind, and nothing is rhyming, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. Yesterday's a dream. I face the morning, crying on a breeze. The pain is calling, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. You came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. You kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you.
Oh, that was Mandy from Barry Manilow from 1974. It was Barry Manilow's first number one hit on the Billboard Hot 100 and Easy Listening charts, and his first gold single. The song was actually titled Brandy, and was originally sort of written in 1971 by Scott English and Richard Kerr, and Scott English recorded it in 71, and it reached the top 20 in the UK singles charts. But there was a song out at the time, I think, when Barry Manilow was going to record it, by Looking Glasses, and called Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. And that was one reason why they changed the name. See, that's what I love doing. I love just finding out sort of little bits of facts and things like that, because that's just the kind of person I am. Hopefully we're going to speed it up a little bit now, and you haven't dropped off to sleep. It looks like we've got a few listeners sort of with us tonight, so I think we're up to 1,500. So welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. This is Radio Care. I'm Mike Howard. This is the Friday night show. I normally do a Saturday, but we have our grandson this weekend. So we're going to be on grandparent duties and go into the Transport Museum and all sorts of things like that. So it's all going to be fun. So this next song is a song called You're Moving Out Today, and it was written by Carol Bayer Sager and Bette Midler, and they both recorded the song at the same time and released it as a hit in 1977, both versions, and it got to number 6. The version I'm playing got to number 6 in the UK singles charts. So here we go.
I stayed out late one night and you moved in. I didn't mind 'cause of the state you were in. May I remind you that it's been a year since
just can't take it.
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Pack up your dirty looks, your songs that have no hooks, your stacks of modern screen, your portrait of the queen, your mangy cat away, your baby fat away, you're headed that away, you're moving out today. Pack up your fork and spoon, please leave my Lorna Doones, your map of Mozambique, your water bed that leaks. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Can't help it, the girl can't help it. Can't help it, the girl can't help it. Can't help it, the girl can't help it. Get out of my house, you dirty. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la
What a great little song that is. I was listening to that like it was a story, and I sat there and sort of listening to the words, and I thought we've all known someone that's either moved into a flat or you've shared a house or something with someone and you just want them to move out because they're so messy and you don't like their habits and everything. So yeah, quite clever little song. So that was You're Moving Out Today by Carol Bayer Sager, and that was in 1977. So this one is one which was made popular by the Full Monty, and this one is one from Hot Chocolate, and it's called You Sexy Thing.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, baby? How did you know I needed you? How did you know I needed you so badly? How did you know I'd give my heart gladly? Yesterday I was one of the lonely people. Now you're lying close to me, making love to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, angel? How did you know I'd be the one? Did you know you're everything I prayed for? Did you know every night and day for? Every day, needing love and satisfaction. Now you're lying next to me, giving it to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Ah, kiss me, you sexy thing. Touch me, baby, you sexy thing. I love the way you touch me, darling. You sexy thing. Oh, sexy to see you sexy thing. Yesterday I was one of the lonely people. Now you're lying close to me, giving it to me. I believe in miracles.
And that was Hot Chocolate, You Sexy Thing, from, when was it? 1975. Got to number 2 in the UK singles charts. If I think I remember reading rightly earlier on, it only got to number 2 because Bohemian Rhapsody was at number 1. I think that's sort of where I sort of read it earlier on. Just before I go any further, I've had a message from our listener of the week, Sarah, in sunny Kessenland. She says, "Hi Mike, can you give a mention to Carlfest, the Care and Real Loving Festival at the Mariners Rest at Lowestoft in aid of local charities in North Suffolk? It's on all weekend, and special mention to one of the acts on Monday night. That's Heidi and Matt, and they're a local man and wife duo, and really worth sort of listening to. So if you can get along to the Mariners Rest in Lowestoft this weekend, they've got a great festival on, and it's all in the aid of charity. So get yourself along there." So this next one is one by a band called Clout. It's called Substitute. Yeah, see what you think. And that was Substitute by Clout from 1978. Didn't realise that was actually a cover version or a new arrangement of a Righteous Brothers song. And this version reached number 1 in South Africa because Clout were a South African band. Got Got number 1 in New Zealand, Germany, France and the Netherlands, Sweden, Austria, Denmark, Belgium. I'm just doing the Eurovision again. Also reached number 2 in the UK and remained there for 15 weeks on charts. It does say, due to the sanctions against South African artists and performers by the UK Equity at the time, the BBC television series Top of the Pops were only able to use the Dutch Top of the Pops sort of a show that they had over there. Got all muddled up with words then. Great song anyway. So this next one, you know I'm a bit of a Kate Bush fan, and I try to sort of slip a Kate Bush song in every now and again, but I don't want them to be too weird and then sort of people turn off. So this one is one that was quite popular in 1980, and it's Army Dreamers. And that was a lovely Kate Bush, Army Dreamers from 1980. Got to number 16 in the UK singles charts. I thought I'd choose one which most people probably would know and didn't mind really. So sticking with some female artists at the moment, the next one is one by Kirsty MacColl. Originally it was written by Billy Bragg. I went to see Billy Bragg. I was part of sort of the Red Wedge thing as a student in the 80s. When I first came up to Coventry, and there was a Red Wedge concert, and it was Billy Bragg, and there was some members of the Specials there, and the Beat, and it was a really good night. Anyway, this song was written by Billy Bragg, but Kirsty MacColl sort of made it a hit, and this one is A New England.
School
And that was Kirsty MacColl's version of the Billy Bragg song A New England. And her version was recorded in 1985. It was her biggest solo hit, reaching number 7 in the UK singles charts and number 8 in the Irish singles charts. She's another one that I went to see in concert. Well, I didn't go to see her in concert. I went to see the Pogues. This was back in the 80s. And it was at the time that they recorded The Fairy Tale of New York, which is like one of the best Christmas songs ever released. So she came on stage to sing this one with them. And then there was also Joe Strummer from The Clash, who's also sort of one of my sort of heroes. He came on and done a version of London's Calling with them. So, yeah, great times in the 80s. You know, you can go and see loads of bands and it was sort of fairly cheap. Now you sort of like need to take a mortgage out sort of like to go and see a band. They're just so expensive nowadays. Still worth it, but a lot of money. So this next band is probably, I wouldn't say one of my favourite Scottish bands, but it's one that I did really like sort of in the late 80s. This one is Deacon Blue and it's Real Gone Kid.
Tear out the pages that I've got in these books just to find just some words just to get some reward, and I'd show you all the photographs that I ever got took, and I'd play old 45s that now mean nothing to me. And you're a real gone kid. Maybe not, baby. 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 I'll do what I should have did. shaking has driven me. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know about all the old 45s and the paperback rooms, and it's scattered all the photographs of summers and suns. And you're a real old kid. Maybe now, baby. 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 I do what I should have did. You're real gone kid. Cried and I prayed, hoped and I saved and I put away the souvenirs, souvenirs, souvenirs. I cried and I prayed, hoped and I saved and I put away the souvenirs, souvenirs, souvenirs. You're a real gone kid. Maybe now, baby. 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 I'll do what I should have did. You're real gone kid. Cause you're real gone kid. You're real gone kid. Do what I should have done. You're real gone kid. Say what I should have said. You're real gone kid.
And that was Real Gone Kid by Deacon Blue from 1988. It was the first single to come out of the band's second album, When the World Knows Your Name, and was released 6 months later. The single was the band's first top 10 hit, reaching number 8 in the UK singles charts, number 10 in Ireland, and number 5 in New Zealand. In Spain, the song peaked at number 1 for 3 weeks. I did mention the other week that I was thinking of doing sort of one of my special shows, sort of around about sort of bands that have come out of Scotland. So I may need sort of some support or some ideas from the locals at Bar 72 to come up with some suggestions of bands which would be worthwhile sort of adding to a playlist. Also going to be doing a show hopefully in a couple of weeks' time with my wife Laurie. She's a big ABBA fan, and they're releasing a single this Thursday. So we're going to sort of, well, she's going to put the show together, and I'm going to sort of co-host it. So that'll be over to Laurie sort of for that one. But yeah, get any ideas coming to me sort of like for shows that you think might be good to listen to, but definitely for the Scottish one, if you can think of some of the bands, that would really help me out. I know quite a few bands, but there might not be ones that people want to listen to. So this next one is one by Curiosity Killed the Cat, and this one is Down to Earth, a bit more funky.
Shooting stars in midnight postures and hanging out on clouds beneath the moon, reaching rides on magic copies. It's a fairy tale to me, but you're in tune. You're shattered by the final frame of the moving scene that generates your every aim. You ain't no bird, and so for what it's worth, I'm gonna bring you straight back down, down, straight back down. Come back down, straight back down, y'all, straight back down to earth.
Join Mike Howard at RadioCare as you travel in time from the 1960s to present day. Over an hour of classic tunes and great banter.
It's always over an hour. I normally say about an hour and a half, but I always end up overrunning because I just love playing songs and hopefully you like listening. Now, we were up to 3,078 listeners, and I don't know what happened, sort of like with is it Caster FM? I think it drops out at some stage, so I don't know whether you lose signal or what happens. But all of a sudden it just drops down and then starts counting back up again. So I know I was up to that, and I'll just sort of tag it all on sort of later on. So yeah, you have to let me know whether that does sort of drop out at any stage or whether it's okay and it's just how it shows on the computer. So that was Down to Earth by Curiosity Killed the Cat, and that was from 1986. I always thought that was about 1988. I always, in my head, I had it that they were out around about 1988, 89, but they released this in November 86 as a second single from their debut album, Keep Your Distance. Peaked at number 3 on the UK singles charts. I think the other song they had was Misfits, and that might have been from the same album. I can't remember sort of how well that sort of did when that came out. So this one is won by Paul Young. So I'm going back again sort of in the 80s, and I haven't chosen sort of like you know, the usual ones sort of by Paul Young. This song is I'm Gonna Tear Your Playhouse Down. And it was a song that was written by a Memphis-based songwriter, Earl Randall, back in 1972, and recorded by a soul singer called Ann Peebles. But this version of the song was recorded and released in 1984 by Paul Young, and reached number 9 in the UK singles charts, and reached number 8 in Ireland. So here we go.
Set up. You think you've got the perfect plan.
What a catchy tune that is. That was Paul Young and I'm Gonna Tear Your Playhouse Down, and that was from 1984. So if you just joined us, you're listening to Radio Care. I'm Mike Howard. I've been playing sort of for just over an hour now, and I've still got a fair few tunes left, probably about another half an hour's worth, hopefully. So I hope you enjoyed this part if you only just joined us. Just to mention, I mentioned earlier on, this weekend is the Coalfest, the Care and Real Loving Festival at the Mariners Rest in Lowestoft in aid of local charities in the North Suffolk area. It's on all weekend, and just wanted to say, if you can't make it for the weekend, try and make it for the Monday night if you can. There's a very special duo playing, that's Heidi and Matt. Husband-wife sort of duet, and very worthwhile sort of listening to. So that's happening at the Mariners Rest, and that's in Lowestoft, Suffolk, over the weekend. So if you're looking for something to do, get yourself down there. So we're going to go into the 90s for a little while, just a couple of songs from the 90s, and then I've got a couple of, towards the end of the set, I always play some of the sort of more modern songs. Sound like a granddad, don't I? But I am a granddad. Some of the chart songs that you get at the moment. But this one is one from the 90s, and this one is A Lightning Seeds and Lucky You.
Nothing to lose.
That was Lucky You by the Lightning Seeds from 1995. It wasn't a huge hit for them, only reached number 43 in the UK singles charts, but the album that it was from, Jollification, was their third album, and it was one of the songs sort of released from there, including sort of Marvellous Change and Perfect. The album actually did quite well. That went to number 12 in the UK album charts. And some of the songs on there were sort of, contributions from Alison Moyet, Ian McNabb and Terry Hall. Didn't know that. There you go. So this next one is one from I was going to say The Beautiful Ones, but the song is called The Beautiful Ones, or Beautiful Ones, and it's by the band Suede.
To the heads, oh, drag
And that was Suede and Beautiful Ones from 1996. It's from the album Coming Up. And if I remember rightly, was it Brett Anderson who was the lead singer of Suede? I remember all the girls really liked him. Yeah, anyway, that song peaked at number 8 and reached number 1. Number 8 in England or the UK and reached number 1 in Iceland. There you have it. I've just had a text off my mate Paul, and he's already started working on the Scottish list of songs. So he's got everyone in on it, I think, at bar 72. So they can't have had too much to drink already. Otherwise, I would have had some really daft suggestions. But he's come up with some great songs or great bands to look at. So we're going to do a bit of a co-production thing. I'm going to check the list with him, and he's going to tell me whether they're worthwhile playing or not. So I think, yeah, it's a good idea. So this next one is one by the band Embrace. It's a song called World at Your Feet. It was in 2006, and it was actually the official song of the England World Cup squad of 2006 FIFA World Cup campaign, and was released in June 2006. And where did it peak? Let's have a look. Got to number 10. Let me have a look. Got to number 10 in the Euro Hot 100, number 9 in Scotland, number 3 in the UK, and number 1 in the indie charts. This one is World at Your Feet.
You're the first in my life to make me think that we might just go all the way, and I want you to know we're all hanging on. They'll come, and yes, they'll try to break us down, but we know that we'll never lose if we keep moving forward and don't look back. With the world at your feet, there's no one you can't beat. Yes, it can be done. With the world at your feet, there's no height you can't reach. This could be the one. It's calling you now. You know it's gonna be a time, 'cause the world is at your feet. Yeah, the world is at your feet. Like stars in the sky, burning bright, seen by a billion eyes. Now I want you to know we're all turned your way. With the world at your feet, there's no one you can't beat. Yes, it can be done. With the world at your feet, there's no height you can't reach. This could be the one. It's calling.
What a motivating song that was. You could just really sort of feel it sort of building up into that crescendo. So that was World at Your Feet by Embrace from 2006. I've got quite a few birthdays to shout out, and it's going to sound a bit like a school register, so I don't mean it to make it sound like that. So I've already mentioned my mate Paul in Kessenland. Paul McRoberts, his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday for tomorrow. And then my mate Mark Fletcher, it's his birthday Monday. Betsy Harmony Tuesday. John Howard, who's one of my distant relatives that we sort of discovered each other through Ancestry. And that's where we got sort of connected, but we're all related. So happy birthday, John. And some old friends, Tina Askew and Liz Jones. Tina's is on Wednesday and Liz is on Thursday. So they're the happy birthdays for this week. And now we're coming up to the last four songs. I always get a bit sad when it gets near the end of the set because I enjoy playing the song so much. But I don't want to sort of bore you too much. So this one is one called Stay, and I'm probably going to say his name wrong, but this is by Kid Laroi, I think that's how you say it, and Justin Bieber. Wouldn't normally play a Justin Bieber, but he's not on his own, so it'd be safe, it'd be alright, I promise.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that I wasted here. I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. I'll be up if you can't be right here. You can't be right, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. When I'm away from you, I miss your touch. You're the reason I believe in love. For me to trust, and I'm afraid that I'ma f it up. Ain't no way that I can leave you stranded, cause you ain't never left me empty-handed. And you know that I can't live without you. So baby, stay. I'll be f***ed up if you can't be right here. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I need you to stay, need you to stay.
That was quite a catchy little number. That was Stay by Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. And that got to number one in the US, let's have a look. Billboard Global 200 charts in Australia, Austria, Canada, Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic, Denmark, Finland, India, Malaysia and the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Singapore, Slovakia and Sweden. Oh, I'm running out of breath. And peaked within the top 10 in 13 other countries. And in the UK, it got to number 2. So this next song is one by Will Young. I played a new one by Will Young last week. He's released an album called Crying on the Bathroom Floor, and I played the song from that last week. It's not a bad album, actually. He's done a cover, or he's doing covers of sort of female artists. So the song I'm playing is Missing, and it's his version of the Everything But the Girl song that came out in 1994. So this is Will Young.
I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you, yeah. Like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain. Could you be dead? You always were 2 steps ahead of everyone. We'd walk behind while you would run. I'd look up at your house, and I can almost hear you shout down to me, where I always used to be. And I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Hey, like the deserts miss the rain. Back on the train, I ask, why did I come again? Can I confess, I've been hanging round your old address, and the years have proved to offer nothing since you moved. You're long gone, but I can't move on, and I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain, and I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain, and I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain, and I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain. Step off the train, walking down the street again. I miss you. I miss you.
RadioCare is a quirky old school radio show playing music from the 60s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.
You know, that weren't a bad version of that song. That was Will Young doing Missing, which was originally done by Everything But the Girl. Originally released in 1994 off the album called Amplified Heart. And that was Tracy Fawn and Ben Watt, who were Everything But the Girl. But it didn't actually do that well when it was released that time. And then it was remixed, the sort of dance version done sort of in, or dance, wherever you come from, by Todd Terry. And then it was re-released in 1995. And it was worldwide success, peaking near the top of the charts in many, many countries. So I don't think that's going to be released as a single by Will Young, but I was just listening to some songs off that album and I thought, yeah, I really like that version. So this next song is a fairly recent release, I think. It was released on the 6th of August, so that's not that long ago. And this one is Take My Breath, and it's The Weekend.
saw the fire in your eyes. I saw the fire when I look into your eyes. You tell me things you wanna try. I know temptation is the devil in disguise. You risk it all to feel alive. Yeah. You're offering yourself to me like sacrifice. You said you do this all the time. Tell me you love me if I bring you to the light. It's like a dream, what she feels with me. She loves to be on the edge. Her fantasy is okay with me. Then suddenly, baby says, take my breath away and make it last forever, babe. Do it now or never, babe. Take my breath away. Nobody does it better, babe. Bring me closer, want me to hold on to you tight. You brought me close, I feel the heat between your thighs. You're way too young to end your life. Girl, I don't wanna be the one who pays the price. Ooh, it's like a dream, what she feels with me. She loves to be on the edge. Her fantasy is okay with me. Then suddenly, baby says, take my breath away and make it last forever, babe. Do it now or never, babe. Take my breath away. Nobody does it better, babe. Bring me closer, heaven, babe. Take my breath. Oh, and I see it. Take my breath away and make it last forever, babe. Do it now or never, babe. Take my breath away. Nobody does it better, babe. Bring me closer, heaven, babe. Take my breath. Take my breath. Nobody does it better, babe. Bring me closer, heaven, babe. Take my breath.
And that was Take My Breath by The Weeknd. Looks like it peaked at number 13 in the UK singles charts. I always quite like their tunes. They've got that very much that 80s sort of beat with a synths and everything on it. So we're at the end of the show, and I always sort of have a song that I sort of play out with. I've just got to check there's no more messages to check that there's nothing else to listen to. Nope, not at the moment. So reached the end of the show. I hope you really enjoyed it tonight. I enjoy putting the list together every week and sort of coming up with ideas, and appreciate sort of like the help as well, sort of that I get sort of with ideas, like with the Scottish one sort of going to be working on, and the one that my wife's going to be helping with sorting out for ABBA. So this last song to sort of play us out, it was released yesterday. It's by an artist called Griff. It's called One Night. So there's no sort of chart position that I can sort of like give you details about at the moment. It does say that Griff says that new song One Night is about feeling like you're always carrying this darkness or burden. So hopefully it's not too miserable, the song. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't play that one. No, I'll keep playing it. It's not a bad song, actually. So just to say thank you for listening and sort of joining in like you do every week. Don't forget, I record these shows and I release them on podcasts, so they're available on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Deezer. I'm trying to think, there's so many. If you type in RadioCare, you'll find sort of one of the platforms where they're actually sort of available. And I think There's a whole sort of back catalogue of them. Might be about 32, 33. I know that I had to sort of like chop some of them down, so there might not be as many as there were, but it's definitely sort of like over sort of 26, 27, something like that. So there's 6 months worth of shows to listen to. So anyway, I'll stop waffling. I'll let you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great bank holiday weekend. Stay safe doing whatever you do, and tune in with me next week. Bye.
How long can I leave the lights in the ceiling on? And the static from the TV keeps me company till I'm gone. 'Cause I rock back and forth, reciting words that I've said wrong. I swear I've been doing fine, but I'm busy and got things going on. I forgot what you're running from. Or maybe there's something at the midnight hours, you know. Maybe there's something at the dead of night when I'm sleeping alone, where we always see your face. God, I wish I didn't know. Can I have one night where it's just me alone? Is it 'cause I've been feeling guilty all along? Or is it the God's just trying to tell me to move on? 'Cause while you're haunting me, that's what you've done. So go what you're running from. Maybe there's something at the midnight hours, you know. Maybe there's something at the dead of night when I'm sleeping alone, where we always see your face. God, I wish I didn't know. Can I have one night where it's just me alone? So I know what it feels like. So I wake up in the daylight, my chest ain't heavy, 'cause you're not there with me. Tell me when I will be, because I rock back and forth, reciting words that I've said wrong. I swear I've been doing fine, but I'm busy and got things going on. So what am I running from? Well, maybe there's something at the midnight hours, you know. Or maybe there's something at the dead of night when I'm sleeping alone, where I always see your face. God, I wish I didn't know. Can I have one night where it's just me alone? One night, yeah. So can I have one night, just one night? One night, can I have one night, just one night, where it's just me alone?
RadioCare is a quirky old school radio show playing music from the 60s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.